With the new trailer having just dropped for the only Marvel movie of 2024, Deadpool 3, it's time to take a look back at Marvel's first TV show of 2024, Echo, on Disney+. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the miniseries Echo. This is streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu, since they're sort of one and the same now, or becoming that. I'm not sure, but in any event, this is the first Marvel series to premiere on Disney Plus with a TVMA rating. Disney, I think, realized a little while ago that they need to cater to adults as well as young children, especially when they realize, oh, we just bought Fox, we're going to be putting out Deadpool 3, that's going to have to be rated R, so let's, kind of prep people for that. And in fact, they bought the Netflix Marvel catalog a couple of years ago and, have been putting that on. And that actually leads a little bit into this show, Echo. So we'll get into all of that here. First, though, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We do movie and TV reviews here on the channel, and just about every day I do try to post something new. So there's always a lot going on here on the channel, a lot to check out. And I think I have reviewed all of the Marvel series up to and including Echo, and some of them I have watched all the way through before reviewing them, and this is one of them. There's only 5 episodes for this, so watched all of them so I could give you a clear review on this one. And anyway, please consider subscribing to the channel here. Click that like button, comment below, all that stuff, of course, does wonders for the channel. All right, so this is Echo. Like I said, it's a 5-episode miniseries. I could see them doing subsequent seasons, but for now it's listed just as these 5. And it is listed as a Marvel, it's like the first in this new category called Marvel Spotlight. And what that means, according to them, is that this is more of a standalone show or movie, in this case a miniseries, in which you don't really have to know that much about anything else going on, and it's also not going to necessarily relate to a bunch of future stuff. And look, that was a good idea. I think it's probably a little late on this, but I think part of the reason some of these recent Marvel movies have not done very well and are not that good to begin with, but I think it's that we, the audience, are expected to have watched 30 things before going into a movie. And to be honest, it's a little frustrating and a little annoying, and especially when you're putting out 7 TV shows a year and 3 movies a year and all of this. So that's why they've slowed their roll a little bit. Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel movie coming out this year, and there's a few other shows coming out, but they're slowing the pace on that as well. So this one under the Marvel Spotlight banner. But here's the rub. It's not really a standalone because it involves things from Hawkeye. It involves things from the Netflix Daredevil. So yeah, there's a little homework maybe, but like half of the first episode of this is actually sort of recapping things from Hawkeye, and we do see Jeremy Renner for a moment in the first episode. So I guess if you've never seen Hawkeye, you're not going to be necessarily lost. However, the Daredevil stuff, they don't really explain all that well. I did not watch the Netflix Daredevil, so I have to say, I didn't realize that the Vincent D'Onofrio character from this, Echo, is the same that he played in the Daredevil show. And Daredevil shows up, Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the show. He does show up in the first episode, I think it's the first episode, as well. Might be the second, I forget. But I knew that because I'm like, okay, I had heard that Charlie Cox was going to be now a part of the Disney version of Marvel with the TV shows and stuff. So, okay, cool. I can get behind that. So I kind of knew that going into it. But the Vincent D'Onofrio character, I had no idea since I didn't see Daredevil. So I had to kind of do a little digging on that to kind of connect those pieces. But in any event, the basic premise here is this takes place about 5 months after the events of Hawkeye, and we have Maya Lopez, who is played once again by Alqua Cox. She's being pursued by Wilson Fisk's organization, and that is the Vincent D'Onofrio character, Fisk, and he is trying to get her back to her hometown in Oklahoma, where she has to come to terms with her past and reconnect with her Native American roots. And so there's a few people here you may recognize from other things. I really didn't, for the most part, honestly. I guess maybe Daredevil's in a couple of these episodes now that I think about it. But anyway, I binged it, so they all kind of ran together for me. But in any event, um, so this is a frustrating series because it has a lot of the pitfalls of some of the recent Marvel, um, not necessarily movie output, but TV show output. Like this to me is about on par with Secret Invasion. Now that one you did have to see, I think, a few other things. Certainly, you had to know a lot about, the Captain Marvel stuff and whatever with the Nick Fury character. So I think there was a little more homework there, but this sort of is great in certain parts. I really like the action sequences. Like a lot of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, the CGI is not great. But look, these things don't have movie budgets. A few of them have. I think maybe WandaVision probably did. That looked amazing and all of that. I think, that one, probably some of the earlier ones. Maybe what was it, Captain America, the first Winter Soldier, whatever, or Winter. What the heck was that called? The Winter Soldier show, whatever. I think maybe that one had a good budget too. I can't remember, but I think as they realized, oh, we're gonna do a bunch of these shows a year, maybe we pare the budget back a little bit. So yeah, the CGI is like okay in this. But the characters are really is what is selling this. Every episode starts with some kind of flashback. Some of them to when Maya was younger. Some of them to hundreds and hundreds of years ago, long before Maya was born. But some of the traditions of the Choctaw community were sort of coming into their own or whatever. They wanted to showcase those. So each episode begins with a flashback, and then we get into the current episode, and that's fine. They all sort of have some kind of meaning, I guess. But I feel like there's a little bit of filler here. If this were a movie, 45-minute episodes, if this were a movie, it would be a little bit over 3 hours or so, which is, we've seen Marvel movies that are that long. And as a result of it being a series instead of a movie, we do get to spend a little more time with these characters. And I liked that a lot. And the acting is fine here. Maya Lopez, Echo is, deaf. So we do see a lot of ASL here on display. And I love that. I always love the use of sign language in things. But I don't know. It just, there was something for me that wasn't quite connecting. And was it because it doesn't really relate that much to other things except for, Hawkeye a bit? But even that, like, yes, she was in Hawkeye, so that's sort of, where we come with that. But I don't know that we even needed really like the Hawkeye cameo in the first episode. Like, I think because of course Jeremy Renner had his horrible snowplow accident. I think that's just stock footage anyway. I don't think that was like real. I think that was maybe, if I'm remembering right, from the last episode of Hawkeye. They just sort of reissued it for this. So it was a little wonky in that. But once we get kind of into the second episode and we get to know some of the other characters a little more separate from the Hawkeye universe, it sort of picked up the pace a little bit. But for me, this is definitely on the lower end of the Marvel TV shows. But it's only 5 episodes. If you are a Marvel completist, I don't think you'll be disappointed watching it. I think, you can breeze through it in a day. I think I did watch it just all in a day. So, that's easy enough. But it is definitely on sort of that lower end. So I leave Echo on Disney Plus and Hulu with a C+. And you can check that out now, all 5 episodes. And check out the Deadpool 3 trailer if you haven't seen that yet. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time.